Now stay tuned to the following radio broadcast.
You're listening to the Victory Station, AM 1360. We're glad you chose us. Thank you.
It's Impact with the Florida Star, the largest, oldest, and most read African-American newspaper in Northeast Florida and South Georgia. And now, here's the host, the publisher of the award-winning Florida Star, Clara McLaughlin.
This is Opio, and I am speaking with Nikki Terry from Wealth Watchers and also Business in a Box. And we got a special treat as well. Jamila Chaney, North Florida Benefits Group, a local Florida Blue agency. How are y'all doing today?
Hi, Opio. Hey.
Now, Nikki, everybody know that, we always partner with you because you're Wealth Watchers and black people need all of this stuff. And so we always try to figure out what you're doing. So you got this business called Business in a Box. Tell me what that is.
Well, I'll tell you, business in a box is different things for different businesses. We focus on small, medium, and large-sized businesses because what we have found and discovered during our sessions of counseling and credit counseling with those entrepreneurs is that many of them lack some of the tools needed to make their business successful. And they lack the energy or know-how to get those tools together. And some common practices that we found that we would be able to bridge the gap between those small entrepreneurship and that guy with the trailer and the tractor who don't have time to make his voicemail sound professional to link him to those bigger contracts. So we decided we're going to be that bridge within the break between small business entrepreneurship and getting larger size contracts. Maybe it's technology, getting Google Analytics so that when someone's searching for your business. So we're more of business solutions. I guess that's what you would say, business solutions for all size businesses.
That's pretty amazing. And when you say Business in a Box, what a great name. That makes the average person say, you know what, if I get in contact with her, this might be all I need to make sure that I'm successful coming out of the gate. Or since I'm already done started a business, this can help me out. Am I right?
Absolutely, Opio. It's already in a box. We're going to box it up for you. It's not complicated. It's click and go.
So you mentioned something about analytics. Now, so many people, when they get a business, they get excited and they think that's just their friends and family if they're saying good things, and that's going to be enough. But they don't understand that marketing is so important, even if we must say so ourselves. Talk about you guys and you're educating the business about marketing and getting new customers in the door.
Well, of course, we always recognize grassroots marketing. Hey, it's no substitute for that. Absolutely. Word of mouth is monumental in building your network. But Google Analytics, here we go, Google Analytics. Now that the internet and most of our business is being conducted over the web, as well as through social media, it's important that we understand what Google Analytics is and how it works. Google Analytics is just software that's connected through your website. So you have to have a website. That's very important, no matter how minor and minute it is. And analytics assigns a tracking code. And that tracking code, that little piece of code, tells everyone when they're searching for bond services, sheetrock, plumbing, roofing, etc., where you are located in that group of providers. And what you want to make sure is your Google Analytics ranking is up there so that when you Google, you show up first on the page. And that's what we assist in, providing the right wording, the right phrasing, because the way people think is the way they search.
Right. And okay, so we also have Jamila Chaney on the phone, North Florida Benefits Group, which is a local Florida Blue agency. Tell us a little bit about who you are and what you guys do.
Basically, what we are is a life and health insurance agency. We are licensed agents, and we sell health insurance and life insurance, supplemental plans, different things like that to clients. And we try to get out and educate the community more. With the internet, so many people like to go online and just pick a plan. What we like to do is match people with the perfect plan for them, based off of their needs. We do what's called a needs analysis, and we help the clients pick out a plan.
Mm-hmm. Now, with all of this scaring going on with the Trump administration, a lot of people think that the Obamacare is going to be gone one day, or is just going to be so beat down and defunded that we won't have it anymore. Is that true, or is there something that you guys do to make sure that you're in that gap?
Well, what we do is, we can't speak politics on what's going on because no one knows what the administration is going to do. Right now, the Affordable Care Act is going to continue on forward next year. What was taken away is what's called the cost share reduction, not your tax subsidy. So basically what that means is that you will probably go from a $0 premium to paying a little bit more premium. Okay, so what the health insurance companies tried to do were they tried to offset those costs. So your premium may be a little bit more so that your cost share reduction can be a little bit less. Okay, so that's all that was taken away was the cost share reduction. As far as healthcare is going to be here to the end of time. The question is, will the government continue to give subsidies to help those who weren't able to get insurance before continue to have a plan? And that is unknown.
Now, what age of people most benefit from the Florida Benefits Group, North Florida Benefits Group?
We start from 0 to 100, so we don't have any age group. We sell all healthcare plans.
Mm-hmm. Now, there are people, when they think insurance, they're thinking there's something that can also be an investment. Are we not talking about that type of insurance where you can put money into it and maybe later on get money out?
We do have that type of insurance. That's called a life insurance policy. We do sell universal index whole life policies with living benefits. So basically what that means is you get a whole life insurance policy and you pay a certain amount each month. And after 5 years, that policy then tends to build cash value. Because it has living benefits, you can actually use money off of that tax-free, okay, to pay off different things like your mortgage, or say you have college debt, you can pay off for that, or whatever it is that you need. It's actually your money, or you can use it for your retirement, so, and it comes out, you put it in tax-free, but when you get ready to pull it out, you put it in tax-deductible, but when you pull it out, it's tax-free.
So is that what people do who get a large chunk of money? They need to put it somewhere so they don't get taxed like crazy. Is that the best thing to do? You look at insurance, you look at other types of shelters?
You look at other type of revenues, and life insurance is one of those. That's why I say it's the tax. You pay the taxes putting it in because you're going to get taxed on it when you put it in. But when you get ready to pull it out, it's tax-free. So life insurance is one of those vehicles that you can use. But you can also get it even if you don't have a lot of money. Right now, I have a $100,000 whole life policy, and for myself, and I pay $54 a month for it. I got one for my 18-year-old as his graduation gift, when he graduated from high school last year, and his is only $34 a month. So just think in 5 years, that money is going to continue to grow, continue to accumulate. And he's going to always have that. I'm going to always have that. It doesn't really cost that much to cremate somebody. Now, a barrel on the hand, you're looking at maybe about $11,000. Just think, $11,000 out of $100,000. Now your family is left with something, without you having to go to GoFundMe and say, hey, can you please help us bury our father?
I do that all the time.
And it's so sad because what could have cost you $30 or $40 a day, you're now begging for it. I think we as a people, we don't invest our money in what's important for us. We expect other people to give it to us, and these churches, they can't help pay for our funerals anymore, like back in the old days, because they're missing out, so it's like, if you can go spend $100 on a pack of hair, you can spend $30 or $40 on your life,
Right. Man, I knew an insurance guy. Every time I talked to him, he cursed me out. His way of getting a sale is he gonna curse you out every time he see you until he breaks you down, or until you have to run from him, But he taught me so much about it. about the vast amount of ways to not only benefit your family, but in the way of thinking about wealth. Now, Nikki, tell me this: what are some of the things that Black people lack within the culture when it comes to wealth and wealth building and keeping wealth?
I think one of the primary things our African American population lack, and when it comes to wealth building, is first getting a strong financial background and foundation in just basic banking, understanding banking principles. So many of them are unbankable for whatever reason, because they took the wrong path from the beginning, because they didn't understand savings. Just basic savings, how to save and how to budget. If we could start our young families off and our youngsters off with just keeping a basic, it could be a journal of budgeting and spending, that would alleviate an enormous amount of the problems we have as far as building wealth. Once we hit the budget and savings principles and get those down, then we explore credit opportunities. But guess what? If you have budgeting and savings, you won't really need to have that much credit, will you? You're going to always need credit in this society, because they rely on that as a measuring tool for how reliable you are to purchase durable goods and long-term debt. But having an amount of assets saved and saving over time will show that you are reliable and you are collateralized, meaning that you have the ability to repay debt. Credit disillusion is what I'll call it. Drinking a credit disillusion Kool-Aid. Often, we find that immediately when we can't get a credit card, we get it. We spend it all up. We don't verify the rates on it. We don't care. As soon as we get approved, it's just, that's free money. Instead of knowing the credit laws that go along with it. Like, only spend 30% of your available balance at any time. Never go over 30, the magic 30, because that's going to drop your credit score. Never close one and get another. Keep it under 30%, then get another if you need it, and then transfer your balance if it's a lower interest rate. But closing out a credit line also diminishes your credit score. And just those valuable tips on credit building and knowing what to do as far as credit and not abusing credit, I think it's really monumental. And then get to building wealth. The greatest purchase that many of us makes is our first mortgage, our home. Our home that we can build wealth on, succeed with developing equity. Equity translates to money, and money translates to funding the college education for our children, funding our retirement later when you're house rich and cash poor, because our failed pension and Social Security system. Many seniors do have homes that they own but have no cash. They're starving, some of them. So they can resort to using that wealth and equity that they built in their homes to survive.
Right. And see, a lot of people, when they get that money sometimes, or they find out they can get it, they're using it in a way that doesn't help them. Instead of flipping it, right, instead of creating a business or putting it in somewhere that's going to make you some more money, they end up using it to ball out.
Do you know what media received the first Eagle Award by the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office for being the most factual? The Florida Star. Do you know which media solely addresses issues of concern for African Americans? The Florida Star. Do you know which media carries local, state, national, and international news regarding African Americans? The Florida Star. Do you know the only media that carries a special section for our youth at home and the schedule for 3 black television networks? Now you know the Florida Star. Northeast Florida's largest, oldest, and most read African American newspaper, serving since 1951 in more than 200 locations. The Florida Star. News you can use. News you can trust. The people's choice. striving to make a difference. Subscribe today. Call 766-8834. That's 766-8834. Pick up the Florida Star at over 200 locations. Or to have it delivered, call 766-8834. The Florida Star, speaking truth to power.
A lot of times you talk to people who don't have a lot of money, they say, well, I can manage the money if I had some. So how do you make people make them motivated to begin thinking about money management for people who have a little bit of money? And a lot of times they don't understand it. They may think they have a little bit of money until they start kind of saving here and there and doing some of the things that you guys know how to do. The next thing you know, they have a savings and they start doubling and doubling just by some simple things that they can do. Am I right?
Oh, yeah, you're right. And it becomes what we call a mindset. Because
Right.
no matter what we teach or train in our workshop, it has to be a social change within that person to want to wealth build. Because if you're currently living beyond your means and have no additional money to put to work for you, you'll never build wealth. So you need to start from the beginning again, looking at your budget. And that's the beginning of everything. Save on vehicles. Save on shelter, on what you're paying where you live. And I think what we become accustomed to when we're living beyond our means, we don't want to go back. And that mindset, that transition, that change in the way we think is crucial to developing wealth. Because if you don't want to move towards a budget, and at any time and point in time, you'll never be able to save. Because how will you know what you expend? How do you know what goes out if all you know about is what comes in? I know what I made on my check, and you would be surprised how many people who I've counseled, who when I ask, how much do you make a month? They don't know. How do you make a year? I don't know. Let me think. I put on my taxes.
This is Opio. I am speaking to Nikki Terry of Wealth Watchers, as well as Business in a Box, as well as Jamila Chaney of North Florida Benefits Group, a local Florida Blue agency. Now, this is something I always wanted to talk about, and that is refunds. A lot of people who don't make a whole lot of money, a lot of times they get these nice refunds. And to them, they're nice, right? You're talking about $4,000 to $7,000, $8,000, right? Now, couldn't that money, instead of that money dwindling down over the next 2 to 3 months, can't that money be put into something as soon as you get it that can make you money? And why aren't we talking about that? And as well as getting with maybe 3 or 4 other sisters or your people. Now you got, $32,000 that you can probably buy a franchise or something that can make you money. Why are we not talking about stuff like that?
I think that's a conversation we really need to pull together, and say, hey, listen, instead of planning that next cruise, 7-day Jamaica, let's plan when we start getting that refund together, not just as a community of friends, because we're all going to have that. Let's create an emergency fund. Then let's look at opportunities to maybe buy a small franchise, pay off some debt, try to fund your retirement, as Jamila was talking about. Use that and invest in an annuity or something to fund your retirement. Or look to the future. Most of those large returns came because you had enough dependents. So how about we go ahead and create an IRA for that child, because you can contribute up to $5,500 for a child. So how about you do that? And create something for them in the future. Build some type of trust for your children, or seed the college fund. Mm-hmm. The 529 plans let you set up, a higher education. Or, hey, invest in the stock market.
Right.
Invest in yourself.
Mm-hmm. Well, see, this is what people are going to say. They're going to say, and Jamila, jump on in here. They're going to say, well, I don't know if I put this with this person, and they're going to start thinking about all of the negative things instead of the positive things. But there are people out there that, like yourself, that know what's going on and down home, and you know the people. they'll listen to you and they'll say, you know what, I'm gonna pull my money. I'm not gonna give you that 8,000, but you know what, I'll do 3,000 if we could pull together a group, and I know I'm gonna make some money back off of this thing. Am I right in thinking that that's something that could work?
That can work, especially because we also, on another tip, we also do real estate. You know, and a lot of people, that's how investors begin.
Right.
They get a group of people like them, they put money into this, and then they go and they buy properties, right, Monique?
Oh, yeah, exactly. I mean, create a cooperative, create a collaborative.
Talk that out, and let them give a pretty clear idea of how that would come from us, from everybody coming together with their little 2,000 to 3,000 to $8,000. How do they do it at that point? They get together and say, okay, we're going to do this. Now what?
Well, here's a good example. You got the money. Here you are. First thing you're going to do is you're going to come up, you're going to create a LLC, a limited liability corporation, because we want all of you to be protected and be managing partners, because you want to know where all your money is at all times. So you want to do it the right way. And you're going to come up with a group, like we did. Wired, Women Investing in Real Estate Development. And we're going to pool your money together, and you're going to pool your money together, and you're going to find an expert. Because everybody knows somebody who knows somebody. But you're going to vet your group of experts who is in real estate investing. If you were doing real estate, like Jamila said, you're going to get you a realtor who's experienced in buying investment properties. Mm-hmm. Because you're going to need someone who's experienced, because you don't want to buy above market price. That's not going to net you any proceeds. You're investing to make money. And you have to also understand that there's going to be some risk involved with any investment. But you're going to first get a top-notch professional, and you guys may be interviewing a few people for that. You're going to get you a team of contractors, because everything that you buy in real estate is going to need some work, especially if it's an investment, unless someone deeded it to you or gave it to you because of death and it was in great condition. But more than likely, you're going to have to put some money into it, and that comes from your investor pool. So you have vetted first a top-notch realtor who probably already have a group of contractors they're working with, because they're in the investment arena. So you created your pool of experts, and from there, you're also going to learn, because no one goes into anything alone without knowing. You're going to do your research and your homework on what's the market value, what's the best area to buy, what are the homes looking like. And each of you will maybe assign yourself a task. This person may be good at social media and marketing, and they may be the ones who's putting those AdWords out there on Google Analytics, so they hit your house first when people are looking for houses, because you want to resell that house.
Right.
And you're not going to rely on your realtor alone to do it. You're going to be pushing it also, because you're going to be pushing your group and your group name out there. We have houses, and you want people to know about it.
About how many people are we talking about? Say, we get our refund checks, and I'm going to put some of my girls together, some of my homeboys, or family, everybody who get a refund check. How much should they put in? About how many people should we be talking about to start off a good starting point?
Jamila, I'm going to defer to the licensed realtor on this one. Jamila, what would you say? What would be a good number, you think?
Well, I'm going to have to put my real estate hat on that one. And for investing, I mean, you can get properties out here as low as $2,000. You have to figure out what's your rate of return on this investment. How much money do you need to put into the property you're going to get? I have plenty of people say, well, I want a property for $2,000. Well, that $2,000 property may cost you about $15,000 in repair.
Right.
So you see, now you're looking at almost $20,000 for a good investment.
So really, we need to look at, one, what is marketable right now.
Right.
You got to buy, because we could buy them all day cheap, but nobody want them. So, in the marketable and affordable homes market, we know there is a shortage in homes that are valued at $90,000 to $130,000. The affordable homes market. There is a large gap as far as affordability. Most houses, the recent houses sales shows last month that their average home sales in Jacksonville were around $165,000 as far as affordable homes. So if we are creating, I guess the next thing is, what market of homes are you going to be creating a market for? Is it going to be the affordable homes market, the middle income market? Or are you trying to do property management?
That's another thing that you could look into.
Now, I'm going to tell you how this is going to happen. I'm going to get the phone call. And it's always, I always think about that poor person out there that a light comes on and they say, you know what, I'm going to put my people together and we're going to do something, right? And so they'll call me up and say, okay, Opio, I got 10 of my homegirls and cousins and everybody together, and we put in $3,000 a piece. Okay, we holding this. Now, what do we do, Opio? This is what's going to happen to me when this goes out. Trust me when I tell you. So they got $30,000, right? And they got 10 people. They can do something with that, right?
Yes, they can call Monique, and then Monique is going to guide them, and then she's going to contact us, and then we're going to take it from there.
And then somebody in the group.
Business in the Box is going to help them create their limited liability corporation.
Yep.
We're going to leverage their $30,000 because we're going to find them investment lender so they don't have to utilize all of their capital for their first purchase.
Right.
They're going to find something. Jamila and group will find them something in that income producing based on what their mission is. We want affordable homes, or what if we just want cash producing, income producing property? We would like commercial, or maybe we want a duplex or a quadruplex. And they're going to locate that. They're going to get it. They're going to get with a group of trained professional contractors. They're going to rehab it, make sure it meets everything in code, market it for sale if that's what their goal is. But their goal may be to retain it and receive income off of it.
Right.
The income producer.
And so this is what they have to think about. Let's just say all y'all put your $30,000 in. Ultimately, we fix up this house that was $5,000 and we fixed it up. And instead of now it's worth $5,000, it might be worth $60,000 now. Now you got $30,000 equity, and you still got this property. And so that average person going to say, well, when do I get some money back? When I start getting money back? What do you tell that person there? Because there's going to be those people that I got this money in here, but I'm ready to pull out because I need some money now. When do I start getting money back?
Well, when you have those type of people, you don't want to go in business with them. Mm-hmm. Because in the very beginning, your business will sometimes take a loss.
Yeah, let's motivate them. We're gonna have to motivate them because we're trying to get the people in who never ever do anything. Right, those people that we say that shit.
They gotta have wins, Jamila. Jamila said, "I'm gonna teach them a lesson. They're not gonna be.
But you have to see the outcome. You have to know there's ups and downs in the business. You're not going to immediately see something right. It's not magic. It's not going to happen right then or right there. You may see that by the time you're second, you go ahead and, because you don't want to immediately take your money that you invest and you make and then go spend it. You want to take that investment into another property. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So you want to have at least 4 or 5 properties before you say, okay, now I'm cooking. Now I can start spending this and this and this and this. But if you start that in the beginning, after your first one, you're never going to make it to that second one.
Right, and you have to remember.
You money and spend it all up.
Right, you have to remember when everybody else ain't got no money, because you invested, you're going to be having money coming in. Sometimes you're surprising the amount of money that you have coming in when you do it right.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man, and that is the end of the show already. This is Opio. I was speaking to Nikki Terry of Wealth Watchers, as well as Business in the Box, as well as Jamila Chaney of North Florida Benefits Group, which is a local Florida Blue agency. People want to get in contact with you guys. Nikki Terry, what's your information? Wealth Watchers and Business in the Box.
Right, they can reach me by email at infobynikki@gmail.com. That's INFOBYNIKKI@gmail.com, or call 904-834-1516.
Y'all know that's our homegirl right there from Wealth Watchers, as well as Jamila Chaney. How can they get in contact with you?
Yes. They can reach me by phone at 904-419-7639, or by email at nflbenefits@gmail.com.
At the very same time that America refused to give the Negro any land, through an act of Congress, our government was giving away millions of acres of land in the West and the Midwest, which meant that it was willing to undergird its white peasants from Europe with an economic floor. But not only did they give the land, they built land-grant colleges with government money to teach them how to farm. Not only that, they provided county agents to further their expertise in farming. Not only that, they provided low interest rates in order that they could mechanize their farms. Not only that, today many of these people are receiving millions of dollars in federal subsidies not to farm, and they are the very people telling the black man that he ought to lift himself by his own bootstraps.
All right, we got to get out of here. Y'all make sure y'all continue to pick up a copy of the Florida Star newspaper and check us out on Star TV. This is Opio Ciccone. Got to get out of here. We'll see you next time on Impact.